Hello, welcome to Below the Trees podcast. This is an episode.
We're rolling. This is the good one. Take 5.
So what are we talking about?
That's a good question. Welcome to Below the Trees podcast. Let me fix my hat so I don't look like a fucking idiot. John, how you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. What are we talking about, though?
Oh, we got a great show for you. We've actually been working on this for weeks. Specifically this episode.
Really, what are we talking about?
Well, let's actually for our viewers, I gotta make an admission. This is episode. Well, depending if you're watching on YouTube or depending if you're watching on Spotify, this is a episode either 24 or 23, or one of the two. I don't know.
26.
I don't know. It just depends on what format you're watching on. Anyways, the reason I bring that up is because we have a history on this show of what we call the lost episodes. We're still looking for episode 19. We're going to release that probably in a year from now.
Or later.
Or later, maybe a decade from now. But the last episode we recorded on Wednesday, and today is Friday, for those paying attention at home. We would consider it one of the lost episodes.
Yeah.
This one will not see the light of day, though, because there was no light captured in the fact that the cameras were not recording.
Yeah.
And the person to blame for that is me here. So
It happens to the best of us.
it happens to the best of us. That's why we're back at it with another edition of the Below the Trees podcast. And I tell you, it's a good one today.
About...
It's a good one today. About all sorts of fun stuff. But I thought, so kind of running back where we talked about last time on the show. We talked a little bit about the car and the update of the car. And we don't have to beat a dead horse. But it sounds like we are relisting the car. You are relisting the car to a different auctioneer.
Yeah.
Not World of Warcraft auction house.
No.
A different auction house.
Same joke.
Same joke. Hey, we're bringing the funnies here on Below the Trees, I tell you. Yeah, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
We took some pictures over the weekend, which I have to edit. To probably edit sometime. I sent you a couple. Did you like them?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're going to use them.
well, I tried different looks on them.
Yeah.
Because there was one I really liked, and I wanted it to look like an old '60s postcard.
Yeah.
And I think I accomplished that.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think?
No, yeah. Yeah, I like what you did.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good photos too. So I'll work on that when I can and send them over.
Yeah.
But
Please.
you're like, hurry up, you scumbag.
No, not at all.
You took some decent photos too, huh?
A few.
Oh, okay.
Just iPhones, but yeah. We need the lens.
But you know what's funny?
The professional
Can you
lens.
tell? Oh yeah. Did we talk about that on the last show? Right, we talked
Yeah.
about. Okay. I'm gonna just bring it out here.
We're on a watch list.
We're on a watch list now. Not the Lolita Express watch list, but
Whoa.
we'll get there. I'm sure there's always something to say.
No.
We're probably gonna talk
Never
about the
been there.
Titanic again.
Possibly. No, maybe not today.
Maybe not today. We might save the Titanic talk. We might just start a whole new podcast about Titanic talk.
We could do that.
We could probably do that.
Talk about the whole...
Anyways, so we're on a watch list now. Just to give a little background, obviously you know, we met in the Palos Verdes area. You know, a fun fact though about that place, you can't hike there anymore.
Depends on where it's at, yeah.
Well, I think all the trails now are closed.
The ones near the coast, I think, yeah.
Yeah, all the good trails, all the shitty trails are wide open.
That's what I'm saying, depending on where you go.
But all the good trails are all closed now. You can't access them. It would be actually a criminal offense.
Do we want to get into the conspiracy of that?
Oh God. Just give me a break here. Okay? Let's go one step at a time.
You can't, not on the hike.
Well, anyways, that area though, the land is constantly moving, and it's crazy. You know, you drive on that road, and it's always windy, and they're always doing construction on the same shit. Like for the last 30 years,
Yeah.
they've always do the same construction on the same pipes because the land moves and it breaks everything, and they got to redo it. I'm just talking about stability in your job place. Like, who'd have thought? Hey, I have this construction deal with PV. It's good for a year, and 29 years later, we're still working on it. So that's fun. But yeah, it's kind of disappointing because I used to like those trails quite a bit.
Yeah.
But
Too many deaths.
Too many deaths.
Yeah.
Too many deaths.
Too many people going on the trail a little too drunk or a little too high.
Okay.
Or on too much shrooms, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Or acid. Or
Whatever.
lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
And
A combination of sorts.
a concoction.
A concoction.
A Bill Cosby, if you call it.
Yeah, we call it the Cosbypolitan. Hey, that'd be a good drink, right?
And
That no one would order.
they take a couple steps on where it clearly says, don't.
Do not step here. You may
And
die.
The fault line that surrounds the area,
Yeah.
like you're saying, is active.
Yeah.
And oops,
Yep.
soft land.
Scarlet takes a tumble. All work and no play makes
It
Johnny
depends.
a dull boy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the after effect is it makes the coastline a liability
Yeah.
for the state. Also makes it a liability to the homeowners who are nearby. And that benefits insurance companies by hiking up your insurance, or in some cases, especially when it's now closed
Yeah.
because of the hazard, non-insurance. So you can't even get insurance for your house in some cases.
I mean, but that makes sense. So it's like if you're on a river delta that floods all the time, and you choose to live there, the insurance company is not going to insure you, because obviously that is very expensive. And if it consistently happens, it's reasonable, I think, right? I mean, same for the homeowners there
By the coast.
by the coast. But well, anyways, kind of went on that. We went on a different trail.
Dead silence.
We went on a different trail for a moment, so we'll go back to the main trail here about the watch list.
Watch your step.
So we were driving, and you found a parking spot on the side of the road.
This was planned.
This was planned, and
So it's
it's
not
a
just
public. It's not just a road; it's a public road.
Yeah.
With the name of Trump on it, because it was the roadway, the gateway, so to speak, to Trump's golf course in PV.
Yeah.
But it was not Trump's golf course. It's a private road. I mean, it's a public road that leads to the golf course that bears his name. Well, someone wasn't very happy with that.
Yeah.
And so a woman in a golf cart, we'll just call her.
That's how you should have just started this whole thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll call her. We'll call her Golf Cart Bernice.
The woman in the golf cart.
The woman in the. That's gonna be the name of a book. The woman in the golf cart. It was a cool summer day.
Oh no.
The wind was blowing out to the west, and there she was, in the shadows. The woman in a golf cart.
50 Shades of Grey
50 Shades of Grey.
esque.
Golf Cart Bernice was her name.
With her cornrows.
Yeah. She was an ally of Allied Security. Well, so Golf Cart Bernice comes, and she doesn't say anything to us, but you could tell she's already a little bit antagonistic. Because number one, she's standing in the shot. Well, let me rephrase it. She's not standing in the shot. She's parked her golf cart while seated in the shot. So it couldn't take any pictures of the car in that direction, because what am I going to do, ask her to move? she would have said no. Okay, fair enough. She didn't have to move. We weren't bothering her. We were taking pictures of the car, but she was on the phone the whole time, and we don't know exactly who she was calling, but our suspicion was she was calling the Fuzz, park rangers, who have most likely have a law enforcement component to what they do. And so, but I overheard her, and I don't know if you guys heard this, but I broke out my camera to take a picture of the car, and she said, "Oh, they've got a professional camera. They've got a professional camera.
This is an operation now.
Do they have permits for that? I don't know. She didn't say that. I'm sure she was thinking about it, or maybe she did say it to whoever she was talking. I don't know if they have permits for that." And so it was just a reminder, like, you can take pictures in a public road. It's anywhere a public has the right to be, you can freely take pictures. Your expectation of privacy and in a public setting is completely limited because you consent, because you're there.
Yeah.
You choose to be there, and she chose to be there, right? She chose to work at that location, Golf Cart Bernice. Maybe not. But she chose to give her time and employment.
Her sacred time.
To
being a security officer.
Not just a security officer. She's an asset security protection officer.
Sir.
Well, it's funny. So then we left because we finished with what we were doing there. We were there maybe 15, 20 minutes.
And my gut was saying, go.
Yeah, and so we left. There was a cutoff, and at the cutoff, we took some more pictures.
And we parked it in a typical BMW fashion.
Yeah, in a typical BMW fashion.
All lanes.
Take up all lanes of traffic. Just
Not traffic, but parking.
Parking, all lanes of parking. Parked in the red. Just normal BMW behavior. And the park ranger, we saw him go by.
Yeah, I think he waved.
Hey, hey, nice car. You guys taking pictures of it? If you're not, you should.
In her defense, right?
Yeah.
If we were recording a video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're using the image and likeness of Trump and Trump's national golf course, that's what I think she's then going to start barking about. If all of a sudden we pulled out, 15-foot lights.
Yeah.
Brought out a tripod. Set it up. Action. She would have lost her shit. Because that.
Where's the permit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they could sue the shit out of you for that.
No, I don't think so. I think
criticize Israel and you get sued by Trump, right?
Well, no. So watch out, dude. I'm no Columbia, Harvard. No.
More like the Iraqi mayor, I think, or president, or whoever it was. They threw the shoe. And
yeah. It was Bush.
Twice. Oh, Bush.
Yeah, Bush got the shoe.
But no, even in Iraq, I think they threw it.
That's where it was. It was in Iraq. They threw it at Bush when he was in Iraq.
You're right.
Yeah. And he was just like, dodged it, bitch.
Yeah.
You can't hit me because I'm George W. I'm too quick. I'm so fast. My name is George W. Bush. Watch. They call me what's his name? They call me Neo from the Matrix on account of I'm so fast. All I could say is, Katrina, we're gonna find her. Okay. We went off on another trail there. So what I was going to say is, I don't think they could have sued us because we're still on a public road. So the standing of who's there, right? We didn't shoot anything explicit. And also the other problem is we're still on a public road. So even if we shot something,
that's the argument.
Even if we shot something that had Trump's likeness on it or Trump's brand on it,
no, it's
nothing that they could do.
It's also the visual image of the golf course itself.
No, but what I was going to say, so even so, the organization has no standing. Where we could get in trouble is now because if we, depending on how much equipment we have, right?
Yeah.
Now the city can get involved and say,
Right.
hey, where's your permit?
Right.
Because now, because you've exceeded what is the rules for filming in public, and now you're in a production, and you need to have permitting for that. And that I can understand.
Or
Hit me. Hit me.
some bigwig was shooting golf that morning, and they just wanted to make sure nothing suspicious happened. And as soon as we pull up with these big cameras, then they're like, "Oh shit, his tee time. He might be on the course now."
Yeah.
Call security, make sure everybody kind of IDs who these people are.
I mean, it's possible. I don't have any evidence to say that didn't happen.
Or is she just doing her job, dog?
No, I'm not even mad at her.
I know.
I get it. Like,
We're just sending love.
golf cart
Admiration
Bernice is
from
doing
afar.
I think she's doing the right thing. And to be completely fair to golf cart Bernice, we at no point were disrespectful to her, and neither was she disrespectful to us.
But her partner loved it.
The car, right?
Yeah. Bro, this shit's so hard.
Well, I think there's just a lot of confusion too about what the rules are.
He
Especially,
was so excited.
he was excited. Yeah,
As the younger generation would say, he was lit.
he was lit. I don't even know if that's it. That term is a little antiquated now.
I'm old.
What is it? I think they have cap now and no cap. You heard that one?
No cap, bruh.
Yeah, whatever that means. Does that have a hat on or something?
No cap.
Well, anyway, so golf cart Bernice, she's just doing her job, so there's no hate or disrespect for her. Obviously, if you got a bunch of knuckleheads coming in, and your security, you got to do your job. I get it, and I don't think she did anything that was totally unreasonable. Now you see some security guards, they get fucking unreasonable, like get in your face and stuff, try to take your equipment. Like no, dog. That's crossing the line. But yeah, golf cart Bernice, she was just parked. She had her golf cart in drive, ready to go right at us.
Some might say, thankfully she wasn't calling ICE.
I won't get into that, but I will say this: a Nicaraguan, a Honduran, and a Mexican walk onto the street.
Walk on the Trump's golf course.
Walk on the Trump's golf course. Hey, you guys, the help? No.
¿Qué?
That sounds like a good startup to a joke. A Honduran, a Nicaraguan, and a Mexican walk into Trump golf course. Get them a job right now. Check their status. Check I-9. No. So it was, but that was fun. It was a lot of fun to shoot the car, and we went to the car show after that, which was cool. Some of the pictures I took for there were actually came out really nice.
Yeah.
I didn't buy the Porsche. It's not in the cards at the moment.
We saw one for sale. Maybe this might pique your interest.
Hit me.
Same model. 3 of them
3 of them.
for $3,000. $1,000 each.
Oh, you get all 3 for $3,000.
Correct. 3 of them.
What if you only want one?
He needs to sell all 3.
Interesting.
And you're better off taking all 3 and you can just make one out of them. But
I have
$1,000.
I have nowhere to put anything.
We do.
What do you have?
We have the barn.
Just gonna sit at the barn? I guess so. We'll see. We'll talk offline, off camera. But kind of transitioning now.
Shifting gears.
Shifting gears a little bit. We're gonna hike up the trails.
Uh-oh.
And we're gonna talk seismic activity. Okay, so it was just an interesting week. A lot have happened. A lot has happened this.
Burped.
Huh?
Anna Karenina burped.
You what a burp?
Anna Karenina,
Who the hell is that?
a Russian novel from Tolstoy,
Oh, okay.
burped
Oh, wow.
and caused the 8.7
Is that what happened?
magnitude. I think so.
Was he on the Lolita Express as well?
Oof. Here comes the gulag.
Okay. I heard Putin's on the list too. I'm just kidding. Don't come assassinate me with what is it? There's sarin gas or whatever. What do they call it?
In this country,
The
we call it
poison?
anthrax.
No, what's the one the Russians use against all their opponents?
Custard? I don't know.
Have some pie.
Kill
Custard.
him with dumplings.
Is it sarin gas? What do
Could
they
be.
call it? It's some nerve agent.
It's above my pay, bro.
It's like an old Soviet nerve agent they still use, and then the people that they
Meth?
well, this nerve agent. It's funny. So, it's an old Soviet nerve agent still in use today, and someone will die, and they're like, "Oh, we found this nerve agent," and Russia's like, "Wonder where that came from."
It wasn't me.
Yeah,
Nice.
he fell out of the window.
Like One Direction.
Yeah. Oh man, but hey, this is an interesting week for news. We did learn with that One Direction thing that he was not able to fly. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Red Bull does not give you wings. Anyways, so a lot of interesting news. We had the big earthquake. LA got a tsunami. It was 1 foot swell.
Really?
Really catastrophic over there on the beach.
Yeah.
Insurance
premiums went up.
Insurance premiums went up significantly.
I'm surprised we didn't get a warning.
We did get a warning.
No, like on our phones?
Yeah,
We did?
yeah, I got one.
I didn't get one.
Probably because I'm closer to Long Beach, but it said this is a tsunami warning.
What time did you get it?
It was I guess maybe around 8 p.m. The tsunami was supposed to be around 1 a.m.
Okay.
I was hoping it was going to be.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, I wasn't hoping it was going to be a big one, but like, it almost felt like, and I could be wrong. Obviously, you want to warn people to not go to the water.
But did you feel the aftershock?
I didn't feel any aftershock. You felt an aftershock
There was an aftershock.
for that earthquake?
No, like the day later, a day later.
That earthquake, that fault line had an aftershock that we felt here, or is it just a different fault? I'm assuming it was a different fault. I don't think we.
I'm not a geologist, seismologist,
Yeah.
doctor of Earth,
Yeah.
molten lava. But I would assume if there's a seismic shift that affects the Earth, right?
Mhm.
8.7 is not something small.
I think I read that was the 6th largest earthquake ever recorded since they started recording. Pretty big.
Wild.
Pretty big.
And so I'm at my client's and we're on the phone, we're waiting,
Yeah.
and the whole building just shakes.
Yeah.
And we feel it, we hear it. It's a strong
Strong shake.
shake.
Yeah.
You look it up, sure enough, it's a 4.2 earthquake that hit, just off of LA,
Okay.
right? So, and yeah, that was Thursday. And so if
And
this
this quake was on, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday.
right.
Yeah.
And so I think, I'm not a doctor of this
Yeah.
molten lava stuff,
Yeah.
that there's a give and a take. And so there's an adjustment, just kind of like when you crack your back. When you want to crack your back, do you want to just get one jolt, or you want to just let's just do all of it?
Yeah, so you crack the whole thing and get a nice fart at the end.
You want to do your neck? Is it just like just one click? That was fine. Or do you do? Let's try to do both sides.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I'm not too sure. That's a good question.
I think that's the equilibrium of the Earth.
Yeah.
That everything now after getting that jolt is then kind of just like adjusting to it and just being like, okay, let me get into that normal spot.
Yeah.
Not everything's going to move as much, right? But I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
think there's
yeah.
got to be some
Residual effect.
give and take for
Yeah.
that. And the correlation of it being so damn close together.
I mean, who knows? Probably. That's an interesting question. I didn't, because I know the major fault, all the fault. I mean, we have different faults here in Southern California, right?
Yeah.
The big one is the San Andreas fault.
The big one.
The big one. But there's other fault lines too.
Many.
Many fault lines. So it's curious. I don't know. I've never heard that a large earthquake on the other side of the world will cause any sort of residual effect on other faults, but it certainly seems reasonable that it could.
Well, we're in the same ocean in effect.
Well, yeah, because it's all that ring of fire.
Exactly.
So it's all part of that same
And so
network.
I think that's, part of the underlying current,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah. It was off the Richter
ring
scale.
of fire.
The ring of fire. Well, anyways, yeah, so that earthquake came. But what I was going to say, though, is the tsunami warnings. So, again, I think obviously there is a public safety advisory that should happen, right? You don't want people to go to the beach when maybe there is a possibility that the swells and the water can be particularly rough. But
Hawaii's big wave surfers were out.
yeah, I mean, obviously you want to give people some warning, and at least you could say from a public safety apparatus standpoint, you're like, hey, we did our best.
We did our job.
We told them not to go there. If they go there,
Stupid.
sounds like a personal problem. Cool. But then you start seeing the news articles pour in, and you're like, oh, tsunami warnings all across California. Oh, it's like
Safe and effective.
yeah, it's like, man, these tsunami warnings in San Francisco and L.A. Ooh, it went from advisory to a warning.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I feel like it was overhyped. Like, it's almost like massive earthquake happened on the other side of the world. Potentially people got hurt, and actual tsunami waves were, pounding the coast over there. And then California's like, look at me. Look at me. We got 1 foot waves. Ah! I dropped my kale smoothie. And because all the news coverage that was filling my feed was all the tsunami advisories and the warnings for the West Coast. But you don't really see what happened. You just say, well, there's this earthquake. We're at fucking somewhere over there. It was big, whatever. It was really big, but we could be getting a tsunami here in L.A. Have you ever seen 2012? Deep Impact? It might be one of those events. The day after tomorrow.
Alien versus Predator.
Exactly. So it was just funny to watch the news coverage. It almost felt like what do we call it? California centric.
Yeah.
And
We got scared.
We got real scared. It's like we're not like New York. New York, we've seen that before. New York has floods going on right now. New York and New Jersey's flooding. So, but yeah, like I said, just interesting news week. We had the shootings and stabbings across the country. There was the one in Reno.
What was the one in Reno?
So one in Reno was outside of a casino. I think he killed 4 people.
Owed him money.
I don't know the full circumstances of that one. I don't think anyone knows the full circumstances on it yet. They had stabbings in Arkansas at a Walmart, and then the big one was the New York one.
What was the New York one? What was the Arkansas one though?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was a stabbing. Guy went into a Walmart and was just stabbing fucking people, and 11 people were stabbed.
It's a different kind of Walmart greeter.
Yeah. Welcome to Walmart. we don't make light of these incidents, but in dark times, I think it is good to maybe have a laugh a little bit, right?
Indulge.
Coincidentally, that is the same Walmart that OJ used to shop at. So
Whoa.
I
What a weird coinkydink. Where's Epstein in this?
Well, OJ
How
was
far
on.
away is this from a Wexner or
OJ was on.
property?
OJ was on the Lolita Express as he flew back after he hung out with his wife and waiter.
Jeez.
No. The Lolita Express. It's just an easy thing. Like, hey, where were they on the Lolita Express? That's funny. My principal, he's a real jerk. Was he on the Lolita Express? It's possible. Who knows? We don't have the list.
So New York.
So New York, a gentleman, not going to call him a gentleman, right? I'm just going to say what it is because I'm taught you don't judge a book by its cover.
So
I'm
show
taught.
me the book.
What I'm saying is I'm taught, in the good book, judge not lest thee be judged. But I'm just going to say it with this guy. He's a real jerk. How could he do that? Anyways,
What did he do?
he went to the NFL building. I don't know his actual path of travel. I know it's been discussed, his path of travel. But obviously it's New York, it's skyscrapers and stuff. So he went into this building and with the intent, it sounds like, to kill NFL executives. But then ended up going to, not BlackRock, what is it called? Blackstone, a realty investment group, and killed 4 people, including an off-duty NYPD officer who was working security at the building.
I find that interesting.
I know you do. You've sent me many texts. Many a text.
Because that's the story that's being told, right? That this guy was after the NFL.
Yeah.
And so take that story for what it's worth. Football player wants to get drafted, wants to play football.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
Has CTE.
That's the argument. The argument is because he played football, he more than likely has CTE.
Yeah.
That's why he retaliated.
Well, I think the CTE claim was they found a suicide letter on him.
Sure.
And that's his own diagnosis. Not what anyone else is saying.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. For
No,
the
I
sake
know.
of playing devil's advocate.
Just making that abundantly clear.
Anyways. And the other fact of it is you're saying 4 people were killed.
Yeah.
3 employees of Blackstone.
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 Yeah.
And 1 police officer.
Yeah.
So I think in the Wall Street Journal initially they kind of tried to brush one of those employees off and just said high executive,
Mm-hmm.
when in fact she was the CEO of the real estate division.
Yeah.
Which is why they're in that building for themselves.
Yeah.
For that office there. And I find it really incredibly odd
Mm-hmm.
to say that this guy made a mistake entering the wrong floor. That's a lapse decision or a lapse judgment
Mm-hmm.
to enter the wrong floor. When I've seen enough skyscrapers in New York it's pretty clear what floor what thing is on.
Yeah.
It tells you. And even in pre-planning, if I'm trying to go somewhere and I don't know where the hell it is and it's in New York and it's in a skyscraper, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what's the address and
Yeah.
what floor am I going to.
Yeah.
Kind of obvious.
Now, I don't know what the facts are, but are they on the same floor? Both,
I don't know.
yeah. I'm not too sure.
We'd really have to look into that. But
Yeah.
all I'm questioning is this immediate narrative of saying this is his motive, this is his reasoning,
Yeah.
this is where he went wrong, and this is why.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's no journalism to basically investigate, well, 4 people did die,
Mm-hmm.
3 of which were employees of this. If
Yeah.
that were the motive, where does that lead you? Why? Could it be perhaps he has a grandmother who had properties and they lost it to the real estate group?
Yeah.
And we don't want you to know that. We just want you to know he's a football player who had mental trauma, and this is his motives, and he made a mistake. That's
Yeah.
where I'm apprehensive of our media. And really, I've seen enough of, multiple newspaper outlets.
Yeah.
When the Wall Street Journal tells you something, don't take it all for truth.
Yeah.
Do your own digging. They kind of lead you to a certain path because it's
Yeah.
the most convenient path for them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one thing that if you are a critical thinker, you can start analyzing where are these mediums of
Mm-hmm.
information that you're getting from. Kind of like, oh, you like reading these kind of magazines? Who owns these magazines? You like reading these kinds of literary pieces? Who
Yeah.
owns these presses and things of that nature?
Yeah.
Because those are the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
And so then if the story that's being sold
Mm-hmm.
is by these gatekeepers and this is the narrative, then I'm not seeing anybody question that yet. I haven't heard that argument.
I mean,
I'm just playing devil's advocate
yeah,
here.
no, I hear what you're
Because
saying.
when I think it through just objectively from that perspective,
Yeah.
what is most valuable? That's really the crux of this argument and the crux of this questioning.
Yeah.
Is retaliation more valuable in the sense of the opportunity to play,
Mm-hmm.
or is it retaliation for something that was perhaps passed down, earned, given, granted, that was then taken away?
Yeah.
And that's where I know I've asked and I've posed this question to a couple of people who, when they bring up this story and they are willing to go for this devil's advocate avenue,
Yeah.
I ask, what's more important? Is it the opportunity, or is it that somebody took something away from you? If that's the case, I'm not
Mhm.
alleging.
Yeah.
I'm just playing the game
Yeah.
of understanding what would be motive, right? What's a stronger motive? You can't really say,
Yeah.
but what I do know of human nature, opportunities are going to keep coming. Opportunities are like buses. They're going to just keep coming.
Not necessarily.
Something that's taken away. Well, if you keep searching for it.
I mean, I think different opportunities, sure, but also if let's say, because I don't know what his NFL career would have looked like. He was 27, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of old already for
To make that your motive?
No, what I'm saying though, if again, kind of going, let's play devil's advocate with the narrative, right? I don't think. I think, generally speaking, the motive, the dichotomy that you presented, is probably, I would err on the side that, yeah, I think something being taken away, something like a house, something that was earned and passed down generation, certainly that's a stronger motive. But that's, that's you and I speaking, right?
Yeah.
Every individual is going to have different motivations and different proclivities. And
Ego.
if you, yeah, so if you, let's say you have, if I don't know how real that opportunity he had to play in the NFL was.
Right.
And if it was something that was a big opportunity he did, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You're not going to be able to ever do that again.
So
I mean, if you feel like you were entitled to that spot, right, and that you had this opportunity, and that's just as life changing as maybe this house, right? And you feel you were slighted, I can see that being for a unique individual person, that being just
sure,
as powerful as losing something like a house.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
But what if both are true?
Yeah, I mean, that's possible too.
What are both if true? What if both are true?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. And I don't think that is coming up because we don't want to go through that yet.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know if you knew this, but I did a little bit of digging, but Luigi Mangione comes from a pretty well-off family.
Yeah. Yeah, I've read that.
Like, they own lots of real estate. I think they own a country club.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of wealth. For him to have now a motive to want to get rid of this CEO, what happened there?
I don't know.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
well, I mean, the reported narrative is that he, based on his little manifesto, he thought the healthcare industry and this guy particularly played a part in destroying people's lives in healthcare. I said, do we take that motive at face value, or is there more to dig?
Who knows? What if there was a family member that was lost?
Yeah.
And couldn't get the treatment that they needed? Whatever treatment that could have been.
Certainly.
And they were the healthcare holders for this, and they said, no, we're not even going to bother.
No. It's possible.
You lost family. I don't know. You would have to see what goes on in the courtroom. Right? Yeah. But
I mean, if because I've read that when it happened that he came from a pretty wealthy family.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if his family in their position, uniquely wealthy with some power, I'm sure, I would be shocked if they couldn't get the health care that they needed.
Be shocked, Brian. This is a commonplace in my workplace now.
What?
Lots of ultra wealthy families are losing family members at an astonishing rate to cancers, to strange brain things.
I'm saying,
hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. I'm literally telling you.
Yeah.
I've witnessed now 3 cases where family dies and the costs are so high that the family nearly goes bankrupt. That they have to sell everything. That they lose almost everything to try to take care of their dying family member.
Yeah.
I'm being dead honest. Like,
I didn't say you were lying.
So it is possible that you don't get that coverage.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, based on your experience, certainly.
And I'm saying net worths that are upwards of, let's just call the nice blanket, of above 25 million.
Yeah.
And they end up losing almost all of it because of all the care, all the drugs, all the therapy, years, decades in some cases.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the person alive.
Yeah. But see, here's a question for you then. Now, I think anyone who hears that would probably be completely sympathetic to that position. Like, obviously, if you have a family member who passed away and a shitty experience with an insurance company, I think anyone can sympathize with that, certainly. But I think that's a symptom rather than what the root cause is. Because here's the reality. Insurance companies' profit margins are not that high, right? And another reality too is that the amount of disease that we have, what?
What do you mean are not that high?
The profit margins, if you look at profit margins for an insurance company, they're not as exceedingly crazy as you would think.
Says who?
Oh, just some of the stuff I've read. I can pull it up. Well, let me finish my thought. I don't think the profit margins for an insurance company are so crazy where, they're... That's my point, right? So let me continue. So the profit margins I don't think are that high. Number two, I think the problem is that just like we were talking about the floodplains, right? There's obviously a crisis with our health, and it's in the food we're eating, the lights. Like, there's a lot to it. That's the nature of the game, man. We're getting more sick, and we have these diseases that are more expensive to cover. Again, devil's advocate here, right?
Safe and effective.
Right? And so I'm not saying that insurance companies should be in the business of denying care. And I think that given the situation, it's probably wrong. But I guess my point is that I think there is a reasonable view in that, hey, some of these things are fucking super expensive. We can't cover it all, right? If you take a sympathetic view to the insurance companies, like, hey, that's fucking expensive. We cannot cover that. I don't know. And it's a serious question that to me is like, hey, I think we need to focus on our health and getting healthier as a country, so our medical costs are lower generally, right? We spend more on healthcare than any other country in the world. Why is that? And we have poorer health outcomes in countries that spend significantly less. Why is that? And
there's a machine that requires lots of lubrication. And that lubrication is bureaucracy and dollars.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps this machine humming along.
Yeah.
And so when you have the passage of Obamacare giving these companies even more power, because now they get a secured funding source.
Yeah.
The game changed.
So what's the fix then? Do you get rid of private insurance and go to a government system?
See, the problem, Brian, is real simple. There was a decision in this country that said, no, we cannot let the population have immediate access to doctors. There needs to be a middleman. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
When I was a little boy and I went to France, I got sick.
Yeah.
Really fucking sick. We didn't go to a hospital. We didn't go anywhere. The family that we were staying with just called their own personal doctor.
Yeah.
And he came over on a Sunday, checked me out, and was like, he's fucked up.
Yeah.
He needs this. I'm going to start injecting him with this.
Mm-hmm.
Help him out. He should be fine. Make sure he takes his meds.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 2 days just to check on him.
Yeah.
Call me if anything happens. And my dad was fucking surprised as shit.
Yeah.
He was like, what is this? And more importantly, how much is the bill?
Yeah. Yeah. Fair question.
Sunday house call. Stood with me for a solid 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Figured it out, diagnosed it, prescribed it. All of it.
Yeah.
At home. In the comfort of my bed there.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't worry about it. The state covers it.
Yeah.
It's paid for by the state. No questions asked. We didn't have to call anybody or anything.
Yeah.
There's no, can you help provide care for this? Or no, it's happened. It's happening. That's the care that you would get in France.
Is it the same care you think you'd receive today?
Now with the migration, no. Because that system was built to help, the French people.
Yeah.
Not hundreds of thousands of extra migrants from all over the world who are now flooding the system. And basically there's not enough doctors to provide the care.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the kind of care that they need is not cheap.
Yeah.
It's not basic care. Right. And so then it's essentially hurting the country in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it was working until you get this push of migrants that floods the system, that now causes new legislation to have to get passed.
Yeah.
And or the country has to take out new loans to keep the same system afloat the way it is.
Yeah.
What we decided to do is we have a middleman system with our insurance networks that works with our doctors.
Yeah.
It is a very convoluted, very bureaucratic system.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's only set up for the sole purpose of separating the patient and the doctor. So the doctor legally cannot charge the client.
Yeah.
Unless it goes through the middleman. Big government and insurance.
Yeah.
That's the issue. That's the problem. And so since we have a system, that middleman, that big machine, requires a lot of oil, and a lot of that oil, unfortunately, if we're really going to be cynical, it's blood, because blood is worth a lot of dollars.
Yeah.
That's why. And so it's more profitable to have that system than to not have this entire bureaucracy of people. You'd get rid of millions of jobs.
Yeah.
At least 2 million people. At least.
Yeah.
Doing the phones, doing this, all that. The whole thing. Imagine.
The whole machination.
It's a lot of fucking people. It's also equally a lot of blood, death.
Yeah.
You name it. Drugs, everything.
So okay, if let's say you have the ability to reshape our system, then some questions I have in your reshaping of the system: how do you administer healthcare to our population? Right, there's significantly more populated than France and other countries. Another issue too is
policies.
Policies, right? I think another issue too is, and you kind of spoke to it with France. Prior to the influx of migrants, most of those countries are homogenous, right? They all have a similar cultural background, similar ethnic background.
Sure.
Obviously, there's differences, right? Different populations, but generally speaking, right? If you go to Sweden, you're going to be dealing with a Swede who's culturally and ethnically Swedish. Same with the other Nordic countries, and probably 20 odd years ago, similar to France. So how do you administer something like that to a significantly larger number of population that is significantly more diverse? And I would also ask too, how do you do it in a way that I think is efficient? Because if you have, let's say, a community like Los Angeles, LA County is almost 10 million people. That's a lot of people to administer healthcare to. How do you not have some sort of organization to process that? I can totally agree with you. I think the actual bureaucracy of it all, the big government, like it needs to be localized. I think if we can localize healthcare, it would be a lot more effective and more efficient. But I think you still need some organization to manage that properly. You know what I mean? So what does a system look like for you that would actually be effective?
I have no idea. But sure,
yeah,
it has to be on a basis of trying to, keep preventative care more than
emergency care.
Emergency.
Yeah, I agree.
And preventative care is not as profitable as emergency care.
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with chaos, and anytime you're dealing with chaos, you can make crazy decisions.
Well, yeah, because your healthcare is elastic spending, right? Like you're not really gonna. Oh man, I don't know if I can afford this heart treatment that's gonna save my life.
Do
you're
what you
gonna
can.
fucking pay it if you need to pay it. Yeah.
And that liberty to just figure it out as we go,
Yeah.
that's part of that problem, right? So there's nothing that allows you to ensure that you're doing things on a preventative side.
Yeah.
You really want to get cryptic? It's like, well, it's because they want to control that population. We are the labor population, right? And so that's really the only way you can maintain how they're functioning. It's their
Yeah.
health.
Yeah. I knew it was gonna go there.
So if you need people to start retiring because you're too expensive for the system,
Safe and effective. I need a quick break. I gotta pee.
go for it. Brought to you by Pfizer.
By Pfizer. All the protests and shit. It makes sense to me, man. I'm good with it.
Oh, that's wild. That's fucking wild, dude.
How's it wild?
Why are you giving preferential treatment?
It's not preferential treatment.
Yeah, it is.
No. The protests, there was actual anti-Semitic vitriol in the protests for sure.
How about-
And the problem, the reason why I think Colombia is liable for it is because I think they set the stage and allowed for it to happen, and I think they have a good case. Obviously.
How about now?
What do you mean now?
How about now with everything that's happened to Gaza?
What do you mean?
Like now that the world is turning.
What, against
Yeah.
Israel?
How could you
The world has. I know you disagree with me on this, but I think since October 7th, the world has generally been against Israel. There's obviously, I mean, you know, lobby in the United States that supports that for sure. And not to take away how powerful that lobby is, but there's also significant lobbies from a bunch of other groups that are anti-Israel. Since October 7th, has been anti-Israel. Like if October 7th happened, there's no war. No war had even started yet, and they're already fucking saying, fucking Israel, they're gonna, they can't do anything, right? So, I guess that's where my head is at. Is that?
But then that's what I'm saying. So what do you say to the Palestinian professors?
Yeah, but where was so that's not preferential treatment though. What discrimination were they experiencing on behalf? Because at Columbia, it was the students. It was facilitated by other faculty members. So if it's a organizational problem, doesn't that make the organization liable for what it damages? I think so.
So they're standing up against Israel, right?
The protesters?
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, so there was actual documented hate crimes that it took place in there. When there's crime, there's damages. That I don't understand. Like, what damage? And if I would absolutely agree, if there's Palestinian professors who have documented hate crimes committed against them and have received some damages or whatever the case may be, I think they should be awarded too. I don't think that.
But I don't think that's happening. That's my point.
But I don't think that's happening because what hate crimes have these Palestinian professors had? It's not the same. I mean, do you have something? What Columbia professors were experiencing? I don't know, anti-Islam or anti-Palestinian. I don't know. I generally don't know that.
Neither do I.
My guess is not. Maybe individuals have had issues, but not on a wide scale like the Jewish kid. Like, they were blocking Jewish students from going to class. Like, that's not right. And even whatever's going on in Gaza, like, there's obviously, like, I've seen good evidence that people are paid protesters to go to these fucking things, and cause up shit. I'm sorry. I don't have empathy for that. I mean, you have every right to protest, but then when you're taking over school buildings and barricading yourself, like, no, this is a riot. You broke in. That's a crime. I don't know any other way to look at it. This is not on the pod, by the way.
But not to give anything back to Palestine for what's going on.
But Colombia has no. I would say again, if there was a Palestinian professor or a group of Palestinians that were negatively affected or received some sort of racial bias and it was facilitated by the organization, yeah, I think Colombia is responsible for that. But Colombia is not responsible for what's going on in Palestine. They're beholden to their staff and faculty. Yeah. So,
Sure.
So I think absolutely, like if there was a Palestinian professor or organization of Palestinians at Columbia who are affiliated with Columbia and they received damages because Columbia didn't act appropriately, then yeah, they absolutely deserve. But do they need to send money to Palestine or pay a bunch of Palestinians here in the United States for whatever's going on in Gaza? I don't think so.
I'm just seeing the current zoning only going one way, right?
How so?
Because you're not seeing anything of. There's atrocities on both sides.
Absolutely. But there's also a lot of fucking propaganda too on both sides. Fair enough. But you also have like there's lately last few weeks, it's been going ham on all the major news networks that Israel's causing a famine in Gaza.
Right.
When the evidence suggests that's propaganda. Absolutely.
I don't know.
Well, so there's a ton of video evidence. So the argument is that Israel is not shipping food in there, and you have people who are starving.
That interview that I sent to you.
Which one?
This like Aguilar character.
Uh-huh.
He's a commander, and he's helping with the refugee aid.
Yeah.
And he's saying the issue is basically you went from 400 site locations of drop-offs to now 4.
Uh-huh.
And it's about 8 to 12 kilometers from where the people actually are left to get the food. And there's no water, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And while the people are coming in, what the IDF is doing, they're not having signs that are saying go this way.
Yeah.
They're shooting. They're taking shots over people's heads, and shooting at people's feet. They're using tanks, they're using missiles, they're just using weaponry to kind of get the herd to move.
Uh-huh.
And so obviously, what do you think's going to happen? People get shot.
Sure. Yeah.
And so it's a fucking chaos mad run that is now being organized. That this guy is saying we, the Americans, because it's all American soldiers who have been installed to run this. We are the ones running it, and we're playing by their rules. And their rules are, no, this is how we do it.
Yeah.
We don't have signposts. We don't have flags. We don't have none of this. There's no water.
Yeah.
So he's just like, even though you're giving them food, like, how are they going to get water now? Like, how are they going to eat?
Yeah.
What are they going to do with all this rice? They have to figure out where to get the water, and there's no water.
I mean,
so he's like,
yeah,
they are dying, like,
yeah.
He's like, if you do the math, his compelling math is like, do the math of how much aid has been given to them, which whoever the hell is the one in charge of talking about this on the U.S. side, he's like, do the math. You're basically giving them food for the last 90 days for maybe 15 days where they have maybe one meal. That's how much food has been given out.
So say that again. You get food for 90 days.
He's saying play it out for the last 90 days.
Yeah.
How much food has actually received for these people? They've received enough food for one meal.
Yeah.
For 15 days. So every third day you get a meal.
Yeah.
That's how the aid package that he's running, right?
Yeah.
Is managing this situation.
Yeah.
And he's like, it was 400 locations. Now it's only 4.
Yeah.
And so it's fucking chaos. And it's organized chaos by none other than the IDF, because they're the ones that are running it.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta look into that. I haven't seen that one. I didn't. Was
So
that a thread?
He's saying they're purposely not
No.
wanting to show you this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it would be an outrage.
Yeah, I mean, it is. If that's the case, then obviously that's horrific. But
And I mean, and
you
did you
also
hear? Did you hear what Trump just said yesterday?
No, I missed that.
He told Canada, "You better not vote for Palestine, or I'm going to remove aid and I'm going to add some sanctions to you
Mm.
if you vote for Palestine to be its own independent state."
Well, here's a question about that then. Who runs it? Who runs Palestine? There's no government there, right? You have the Palestinian Authority that has had no elections for nearly 20 years. You had Hamas, who had no elections in Gaza for nearly 20 years. There's no... I'm for a Palestinian state, right? But it's got to make sense. You know, it's like when the French left Algeria.
I hear you, but you're then not giving credence to the fact that the one invading
Mm-hmm.
destroys whatever is left to make sure that there's nothing left to do democracy. I'm going to just take it over then.
Yeah. Here goes the deal. I hear everything you're saying, and I think, and I agree with a lot of it, right? I think some of the shit that is going on over there is fucked up on both sides, for sure. Certainly, some of the stuff IDF has done is terrible. I still think solely and squarely, you give up the hostages and Hamas surrenders, it would be over. We'd be done. Why haven't they done that?
Because there's no benefit to doing that.
What do you mean? What benefit needs there be? Hamas should not be in power. That's
what I'm saying. Like, be brutal.
What do you mean, be brutal?
Be brutal. What do they want? He wants the whole thing. He wants the whole territory.
Who, Trump or Netanyahu? But that's the
And
thing,
so
dude.
if you want the whole territory,
See, this is the logic that doesn't make sense to me, man. They had it. They had control of Gaza.
They didn't.
They did. They had control of Gaza.
it's not just control. It's like literal Trump saying, "This is the Gulf of America."
Yeah.
That's what Netanyahu wants to do. He wants to come in and say, "Oh, this Gaza, Palestine? No, it's Israel."
Mm-hmm.
That's what he wants to do. And the only way he can do it is by completely making sure that they don't have a slick of anything left, like you said, democratically, to vote any of it.
But John, it wasn't going to have that even if they didn't invade. Even if October 7th happened, there was never going to be that, John. The Hamas... Hamas receives...
Forget Hamas. Forget
No,
Hamas.
no, you can't. See, why are you taking that out of the equation?
That's the crux of it. The crux is invasion. So
Okay.
it's before the state even gets created, right?
Yes.
Before it's even a thing. Israel.
Yeah.
What is it called? It's called Palestine.
No, it's called Palestine at the behest of the Romans. That's why it's called Palestine.
Okay.
And it was a joke. That's what it was.
Joke or not, it's on your maps.
But here goes the thing. Palestine as a concept, was being presented as a state.
Now you're cooking. Because what you're saying, what you're telling is,
Yeah.
it's tribes. These are tribal people.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is saying these are animals. How that you don't see the connection of these are tribal savages that need to have a slice of democracy, and the only way to get this slice of democracy is by completely destroying whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, fortunately, you were able to do with the United States and the Native American population.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you needed to hire other armies to come in and help you invade and destroy and kill and conquer, you would do it. Why? Because you wanted to make your whole nation. That's the same thing that's going on.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude,
Yeah.
forget about what faction is there, this, that. It doesn't fucking matter. What you're
I
seeing,
disagree.
what you're seeing is somebody saying, "I want this, and I'm gonna take it." Period. Doesn't matter what I need to do to take it. It's going to be mine. That's what you're seeing, and it's generational concepts that come from Europe, where they say, "I am king. This is my land, and nobody's gonna fuck with it." That's where this is coming from. That's the deep ego that drives it. And so if you're saying it's right or it's okay or it's best for modern day to just kind of let them do this, then you get where I'm saying, like, hold on. Where's the human? Where's your ability to grow as a creature?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're a fucking monster.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. That's what we're seeing in Ukraine. That's what you're seeing in Gaza. And so the paper that I gave to you is saying all of this death, this destruction, this takeover, this is deeply rooted into our primal instincts as humans. And we've figured out that not only can we hit and achieve this primal urge,
Yeah.
you're also able to 100,000% make a business and make power. The business economically and the power spiritually. If you have the knowledge of people, the hearts and minds,
Yeah.
you can do anything. You can find any reason. You can be Napoleon now.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking at.
I mean, make a good case.
Because it's not about defending or it's just about, like, no. Abraham said we have to follow these tenets. And so if you're playing these tenets out, you can't trust anyone around you. You can't trust your neighbor.
Yeah.
Because he's of a different tribe than you. You're the same people, but you believe different things.
Yeah.
And so you want to spread your mind virus. You want to take it over. That's what I'm seeing.
Fair enough. I don't really have a rebuttal for you. I hear what you're saying, and a lot of it I think is it makes sense to me, dude. But I don't know. I guess the issues that I have with it, not with what you're saying particularly, but just a lot of the narrative, right, is I take away some of the stuff you were saying, right? Some of the issue I have with it is you have a sovereign nation like Israel, right, gets attacked, and no one is able to answer to me what the reasonable response to that attack was. No one ever has a good answer. We're talking about death and destruction too. If you're being attacked, but you're doing the attacking from a mosque, a school, a hospital, whatever the case may be, what's the appropriate response? Do we just not do anything? And I hear everything you're saying, and again, you're probably right. I'll give you that. But at the same token, those other contentions still have not been, I think, adjudicated in a way that makes sense to me.
So if you go after the bad actors,
Yeah.
if you're saying you go after the ones who committed the terror,
Yeah.
then you should hunt down the terrorists.
No, absolutely. But
not.
So, but
we
how
have-
does that look though? But see, I hear what you're saying.
What does it
but
look
how
like?
does that
It
look
looks-
when you're going at a targeted operation for a terrorist,
You send small groups
which has been done?
to just target only that.
Okay.
Not-
But you're not answering the question. You're floating around it.
No.
If the terrorist embeds themselves with the civilian population, and the bad actors, as you say, are all with the civilian population attacking you, how do you address that without any civilian casualties? It's impossible. Unless what's the solution?
Not bomb every fucking building that exists.
Not every building is being fucking bombed.
Go look at it, dude. Go look at it. Nothing's left.
All right. I'll check it
Nothing
out.
is left, dude.
No.
There's literally maybe 10 square miles
Yeah.
of what was. That's the small community.
Yeah.
And the big problem is none of the border nations want
Mhm.
to accept these people. They don't want them.
Why is that?
Egypt says no, we don't want them.
But why?
Jordan says we don't want
Why
them.
don't they want them?
I don't know. I don't know that culture enough to be able to tell you exactly why.
Yeah.
What I could assume is because it's tribal. This is my home. No, we want to keep it homogenous, like you said. We're Swedish.
Mm.
We're Egyptian. We're not that. That's in the sand. That's
Yeah.
somewhere else. That's not me. I have pyramids. I have oil. They don't have shit.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Maybe.
So they don't want them.
Maybe.
They don't want them. Because if somebody was humanitarian, then they would say, we'll accept them.
Yeah.
No nation has done that either.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, what are you saying to Israel?
I don't know. What are you saying?
I don't stand with you. I'm going to pick up what you're trying to destroy.
Yeah.
So in effect, then where do the terrorists go? Wherever that nation state that's accepting them is.
Yeah.
And so now you're setting up a new problem. So think it through, Brian. If Hamas then goes and gets moved into Jordan, where do
Yeah.
you think Israel's going to attack next? Jordan. If they move into Egypt, where do you think Israel's going to attack next? Do you see the problem? That's why none of these countries are saying, we'll accept. We'll take them.
Yeah.
Come home. We have open arms. We have food. We have everything that you need. No,
Yeah.
nobody's doing that because they know what would come next. Bombs. Because like you said, they're gonna embed themselves in the community, and there's gonna be another attack that then's gonna create this opportunity, and that's what this was. It was an opportunity. And so some people are arguing that the Hamas leader, I don't know his name,
Yeah. The one.
brilliantly decided, if we attack and we broadcast this and make sure that the whole world sees these atrocities, Israel will have no other choice but to try to destroy us. And by doing so, will show their true intentions.
But how sycophantic is that?
I think when you're desperate,
No.
kind of like the guy in New York City.
So you just said that you can't. Culturally, right? When your stated goals and motives are to be antagonistic to Israel, I don't think desperation is a role there. I don't think so. Especially when prior to October 7th, Gaza is receiving a shitload of money, a shitload of aid. And what happened? What did they do? What did the leadership do?
It's not a shitload.
It is a shitload.
400 million versus $1 billion to your neighbor.
It's $400 million for a very small area that could have been invested. It could have been done to do a lot of positive things. What did they do? Even I don't care how much. If it was $400 million a year, what was that $400 million used to do? It was used to promote terrorism. I don't see that desperation, dude. I'm sorry. I just don't buy that.
But that's
so if you're saying that
hold on. But if that's the problem though, because you've been invaded, and so you're fighting. Let's remember that.
Okay, so if you have this infrastructure, why not use that infrastructure to protect your people? They didn't. They did none of that.
How? What do you mean?
You have these terror tunnels in there. You have all these tunnels, this large infrastructure.
What would they have done then? What would have been the solution with $400 million? What?
It's not just $400 million. $400 million annually for like the last 30 years.
Okay.
Right? I mean, what do you mean? Like, there's a lot that could have happened with Gaza in a positive way. But what did they choose? What did the organization choose?
Here's the thing, though. I don't think it's a choice.
What do you mean? How is it not a choice?
If they have access to this catalog called NATO,
Uh-huh.
and they can't join it, because their neighbor, they have to come to an agreement,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't. And so since they can't make an agreement, they're not given access to the Sears catalog.
Okay, fair enough. But
So then
2006 happens and fucking bombs start rolling from Gaza. How do you... What do you think the reaction is going to be if Mexico started bombing us into California? Wouldn't we not have a reaction to that, or should we just be okay with that? I don't think so.
okay, but is then the reaction to try to take over all of Mexico?
I mean, I'm not saying I support that. No, I wouldn't support that.
But if then that becomes the agenda,
But if you're being attacked for the last 20 years, every single year, and you're being attacked,
just like the Indians,
just regardless, I'm talking about specifically this example. If we're being attacked if they're being attacked every single year, I don't think hold on. I don't think that as a neighbor, should we just be okay with that? And if Israel says we're not okay with that,
but
we're not
the
okay.
playing field is not the same. Your neighbor has so much more power and influence and money
Yeah,
than you do.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if we really want to figure out what the correct analogy would be economically,
Mm-hmm.
but a fuckload versus damn near nothing.
Yeah,
Literally, of power, money, and influence.
yeah.
You got nothing for you, and you can't even get your people to figure out how to create a political system, because that
Yeah.
political system needs to be in a joint agreement with the rest of the nations around you, and you can't because
Why?
your neighbor won't let you. You can't. The UN gets formed in what year, Brian?
Was it 48,
In what year is Israel formed?
48, 49,
I think it's 46.
46?
And so Palestine has no shot from the get in modern era to join what's the nations. So from the get-go, you have nothing.
So are all these agreements that could not be agreed to? I'm going to say it bluntly, on the side of the Palestinians, that they didn't want to give up anything, or they didn't want to have any sort of agreement with Israel.
They didn't want to give up their land. They're like, no, you're coming in and taking over all this shit that's ours. That the British are the ones that came in and said, yes, we can do this when we're going to do it.
No.
Why? Because the Rothschild family had already started purchasing lots of land
Yeah.
beforehand. So who had title to some of this land?
Yeah.
Rothschild, because he already had a lot of land there.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Okay. Because the land was dirt cheap. He bought a lot of it.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what the rebuttal is, dude. I don't really have anything more for you, in the sense that
What we're witnessing
Mm-hmm.
is modern day, a state that wants to form as a nation against the Indians. That's what we're witnessing. And however the hell media and propaganda wants to frame it for you, that's what we're watching as the equivalent.
But the media and propaganda is framing it in a way I think is consistent more with what you're saying.
I don't think so.
I think so. Most of the major news sources cover it, maybe not exactly into the level of depth about, or exactly in the same framework that, hey, this is, hey, modern day Indians, right? They're not covering the exact same framework, but they're arguing the same points, and they're attacking it all at the same angles. So I hear what you're saying, and again, I don't disagree with a lot of it. I think it makes sense, but at the same token, you still have some questions that I think are untenable and have not been answered, and that's where my struggle is with understanding this concept and making it make sense for myself. Because when you say stuff like that, not you, but just the general arguments, every bit of agency is stripped away from every actor in that area. You say, well, Hamas, it doesn't matter. Their decision doesn't matter because this was already pre-decided. None of their actions matter. Oh, because X, Y, and Z, because this power structure that already existed before them. I'm sorry, dude. I can't wrap my brain around the reality that poor decisions were made, serious decisions were made that had consequences, right? If there's an action taken, there are consequences to those actions. Now, I can agree with you totally that, hey, maybe there are some ulterior motives here, for certainly, right? It's nation building, it's power, it's money, it's all these things. But at the same token, what creates that what makes that possible? It's a fucking, there's a lot of different elements. Multiple things are true at once. And I don't know. That's where my head is struggling with when it comes to understanding this conflict. And I don't know, making it make sense for myself.
You were saying, how could they have done it differently? Well, when the U.S. was going after Osama bin Laden, we specifically dropped in a group to attack a house to capture Osama. That was the stated goal, right?
Yeah.
I think in the whole thing, they had to kill his son and maybe another cousin or something of that to that effect.
Yeah.
Because they pointed the gun and they were trying to defend themselves. And that the objective was big guy.
Yeah.
But they did it quietly. They could have easily just said, oh, let's eliminate the threat. Bomb it. Send in a drone.
Yeah.
And just get it over with.
Yeah.
And I think that's the decision that we're seeing play out here. If you know this is where they're at,
Yeah.
then how come you don't try to strategically do it that way?
But they have, is what I'm saying. So especially in the prosecution of this war in the early days and through 2024, that's what they were doing. How come so many fucking IDF soldiers have been killed? It's because they're literally going house to house in some of these situations, right? Now, I full stop agree with you, right? If you're indiscriminately bombing people to get one terrorist, yeah, I think that's problematic. And I know that's happened, and I don't agree with that. But
What should be done? What should be done, and what do you think's going to happen?
Well, but here goes the thing. If Israel from the onset was prosecuting this war in a manner that, just as you described, is going house to house, as targeted as it possibly can be, I mean, and then they're getting fucking run through the shitstorm.
They realize we can't win this. Then they say, if we're going to win this, then that means we have to just destroy it.
Okay.
I mean, that's the logic that is being played out.
But see, now let's go back to the agency stuff. If Israel's prosecuting this war and they're going house to house and they are killing terrorists, and obviously bystanders happen to get caught up in that gunfire and that crossfire, how come Hamas as before the mass destruction? How come they didn't surrender? Right?
Great question.
Why? Why not? That would have ended the war. It would have been, obviously, Hamas wouldn't have not had a favorable outcome.
Because, play it out. What's surrender?
It's giving up the power.
Giving up the land.
Hamas giving up their control of the Gaza Strip. Yes.
And that's the only thing that they got left and they're fighting for. And that's the problem. Because
if that's the logic you play by, then yes, Hamas is also to blame for this.
No, they're both to blame.
That's what I'm saying. But
one is invading, and one is
already invaded and started the whole game of chess, man. That's how war works. I'm sorry, like.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like you're watching nation building play out, and people have to die to do it. That's what's happening.
Okay, and again, I don't think you're wrong, right? But again, going back to what I've been saying,
I'm asking, is that right?
I mean, I don't agree with it. No.
So it's not right.
I don't think murdering people indiscriminately is right.
for the sake of expansion, because that's basically what it is.
Again, generally speaking, yes, I agree with that statement.
So that now defense, right,
Mhm.
has now merged into offense. And that's the shift.
Again, how do you? What's the response to October 7th? Then do they not do anything? What's the response?
The response is like you go in and you look for the terrorists. That's the response.
That's what happened.
But you continue doing that, not
But
bomb the shit out of the place.
They still have not got back all the hostages yet.
And I don't think they won't.
Why?
Because the gravy train. There's a money train.
But see that John, that's the exact problem that I have with this line of thinking.
But that's how war works.
Okay, yes,
You need two.
that's how war works.
You need two
but then
war chests.
how is this uniquely evil then?
Because the intention of one group from the get is invading. They came out of nowhere.
Who came out of nowhere?
The formation of Israel. The formation of Israel.
John, no, it did not come out of nowhere. That's dishonest. It did not come out of. It just sprang out of nowhere. It didn't exist prior.
It did not exist prior.
Yes, it did.
No,
yes,
dude.
it did. Israel as a concept, as a land, that land was named Israel prior to the name of Palestine, right? You have Judea, Samaria, right? Like this land existed before what
It wasn't
we know
named
Palestine.
Israel beforehand, though.
The land of
Israel is a modern concept where Israel,
Mm-hmm.
if we're really going down this rabbit hole,
Uh-huh.
this is something else that's based off of beliefs in Torah,
Yeah.
concepts of gods. There's 3 different parts that now you put into a whole,
Mhm.
which is now this creation. So it's essentially if you're saying a spell, when we're spelling and we're speaking,
Yeah.
Israel is speaking to 3 different gods. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the concept where they said, this is beautiful, this is perfect, this is the unitedness that we need, that we're going to form the name of our state.
So Israel as a concept, as a land, did not exist in biblical times at all.
No.
Okay.
This is something that got changed in Bibles. I think it's called the Schofield Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And Schofield is the one that came in, and anywhere where it said, Jerusalem or actual specific city areas,
Yeah.
where he could find the chance to throw in Israel, he threw in the word Israel.
Fair
and that
enough.
then changed the whole Bible from that point forward.
Yeah.
That's the fact.
Okay. I have to look into that. You're probably right.
It's a desire to conquer and keep. It's legacy. It's a Jewish legacy of saying we want to be entitled to this forever. And the way to do that is by forming a nation. And you get the power from the powers to be,
Mhm.
meaning the one who is running all of the import-export in the area. That's Great Britain. And that's where you get the Balfour Agreement.
Yeah.
And the Balfour Agreement is basically saying we'll make negotiations with Palestine
Yeah.
to form the new Zionist state, which will become Israel. That's what we're talking about. And all of these Zionists, early formators of what becomes Israel,
Yeah.
if you look deep into it, it's about like 6 or 7 different intelligence offices that
Yeah.
get formed in Israel so that they can create their nation.
Yeah.
Because you're invading. It's not just, all right, let's just make the line here. No. It's like, let's strategically make sure that we get what we want. And so we're not going to be able to take all of it, not at once. So we'll do it in 46. We'll do it in 67. And we're doing it again in 2024.
Mhm.
And so that's what we're fighting for. And so they're going to continue trying to annihilate until Palestine finally surrenders. What's left of Palestine, which at this current moment, when you continue destroying, you're only going to be left with a few Indians. And those few Indians are going to be the ones that are literally, as we say, the last Mohicans. That's what's left. It's the last Hamas. That's their last cry for help, for trying to keep what they used to have as something, but is no longer. And it's being played out. And we're watching it. And we're involved as the U.S. We are the ones providing the guns for Israel to do all of this. That's our job. And so that's the reality.
Yeah.
You can't say it's just trying to defend. No, it's nation building.
All right.
It's no different. I keep going back to this because it is what it is. It's no different than the first president of Nicaragua being a guy from Tennessee named William Walker.
No.
Nation building. This land is valuable. We need to make sure that this land is valuable. How do we ensure that? We turn it into a nation. And who's going to do that? Who's going to turn these savages into something new? In this case, William Walker. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Relation to George. Anyways,
Let's start the podcast.
this is not in the pod?
No,
Why not?
because I don't want to talk about this, dude.
We are talking about
No,
this.
I mean, like, I didn't want this on the pod, dude.
What's
but
the fear?
It's not the fear, man. It's just, I think, I don't know. I don't really know, man.
It sounds like fear.
I wouldn't say it's fear. I don't have any fear of retaliation or nothing like that. I think you and we disagree pretty fundamentally on a lot of things. And I don't know.
We do?
That just, I mean, not a lot, everything. There's a lot I think we agree on.
Where do
But-
we disagree? Where are we disagreeing?
I think
I'm trying to give you a new framework.
no, I think, and it's not a new framework. We've talked about this ad nauseum, dude, about this framework. It's just, I guess my struggle with it is stems from the fact that there's these questions that remain unresolved for me, and that there's no good answer. And there's more reading and research that I need to do, that I need to understand as well, like with Israel.
Let's start here.
Yeah.
Here's a good place to know. Netanyahu's approval rating,
Yeah,
trash.
yeah,
Right?
that's true.
So, as a horrible strategy,
Mm.
if you need to get the people on your side,
Well,
go ahead. We're
Prior
eyes closed.
prior
Go
to
for
that,
it.
the judicial reform question, that was where they had issues, because Israel is I would say it's fairly like moderate liberal, right? Obviously, there's heavy conservative elements as well, but I would say the majority of the population is moderately liberal, especially in the wake of that judicial reform.
This is on the paid wall. We'll make a paywall, and this is our first
The
episode.
first episode on the paywall. And during that judicial reform
And the
process,
lost episodes.
Yeah, right. Fuck. The judicial episode. I mean, the episodes. The judicial.
It is a judicial episode. That's fine.
The judicial reform that was going on was based on the fact that the Supreme Court in Israel basically can strike down anything it wants, for whatever reason it wants, and there's no established constitution. So it was, hey, how are we going to, like this, and the other part of that too is that the majority of the justices are all left leaning, right? And so anytime there was a new policy, for whatever reason, if they say, hey, we don't like it, we can strike it down. So there's this question for judicial reform and the legislator with the executive, all of that, and that caused mass amount of protests. But I mean, I think that's kind of a reasonable position. Should we have a judicial system that's more fair? Yeah, absolutely. It takes if one day the judicial system turns more conservative and strikes down every liberal position. I mean, should we prevent that as well? Absolutely. And so the protests prior to the October 7th incident, I mean, that's kind of the context, at least. I don't know, dude. I'm not an expert on any of this shit, and I don't pretend to be, but the issue with some of the stuff is some of it feels like, and not you per se, because I think you put up a compelling argument, is that some of this feels, especially when it's promulgated by the left particularly, what's the word I'm looking for? It feels like it's the argument is always this big, massive Jewish conspiracy. And maybe there is. I don't know. Right? Well, but listen, hold on. When that's always the go-to, right? I have a hard time buying into that. I have a hard time, not to say there isn't powerful groups of people who are conspiring to do bad things, but to say, hey, this is just a big Jewish conspiracy. It's like, hey, if we were to say this is a big black conspiracy or a big Mexican conspiracy,
Mm-hmm.
I would probably have my hesitations about that as well.
Well, I think there's always a grain of truth, right?
Sure.
I think there's always a grain of truth. And I think for me, when I take a step back and I consider it, you have to applaud the Jews. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
From what Hitler was able to then convince his people to do,
Yeah.
to try to exterminate them, because essentially what it is Hitler was able to tell his people the reason why we are so poor
Yeah.
is because the Jews, the bankers, decided to hike up the interest rates. And they're taking all the money. And this is when Germany is 90% Catholic.
Yeah.
And so it's only the 10% that are Jewish or that are quietly Jewish
Mm-hmm.
that have this banking power. And so Hitler's war is to indiscriminately destroy anything Jewish
Yeah.
to try to take it and take it back. Right? The Jews respond, right? Their response is, we need to figure out our own home. And from that, we can never let the world treat us like that ever again.
Yeah.
And it's from that pain and suffering, right? Now you're able to say, hey, if you're Jewish, this is something that you should join. You should be a part of this. This is for us, right? So that we can maintain home. That's the concept. And that's the concept that gets created, right? And so you have to admire that, number one, they figured out how to utilize power in high places to make it so.
Mm-hmm.
They knew we need the king to sign off on this. We need banks like the Rothschild family and all of the other rich German banking families
Mm-hmm.
to do this. And not just German, but Dutch, Austrian, Italian, Spanish, French. You go through all of Europe, especially the Ukrainian, especially the Russian, especially Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm.
And so then that influence is what creates Israel as an idea, as a concept. And they fight for it. And they have to invade. And that's where all of this intelligence comes from. That's where all of the secrecy, that's where all of this, right, is just built upon. It's a fear of having to be suffered again. And they took over. We see that they took over music. They took over Hollywood, right? I went to see a big show at the Hollywood Bowl, and what was the big joke of the guy? He's like, you want to be this next character? Well, start when you're young, and it doesn't help if you're not Jewish. And this is a mainly Jewish crowd.
Yeah.
And it hit. It was a great joke on everybody. There wasn't a sense of anti-Semitism because he's Jewish.
Yeah.
So you don't really see, right, a religion, a group of people, a tribe, whatever, kind of come to that same power.
Yeah.
You can see it with the Patel families owning all the motels. But there's a reason for that. There's a hierarchy in India.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So there's a different system. Meanwhile, this Jewish system of treat everybody the same so long as you are of the same beliefs, right? That creates something new. And you can't be Jewish unless you're from a Jewish mother.
Hmm.
So your mom has to be Jewish. Otherwise, don't count. Just like Japan. If your mom and your dad are not both Japanese, then you're not considered Japanese.
Yeah.
Their most famous hitter, Saruharu Oh, right? 856 home runs or something.
Yeah.
He's half Chinese, and he wasn't accepted for most of his career
Yeah.
because he's not full-blooded.
Yeah.
That shit. And to just single-handedly take over industries, that's what you're looking at. That's the quiet flex that happens after the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Because that's the retaliation. And that's how you ensure the money and the legacy.
Well, John, I always say it, man. You're much smarter than me, especially when it comes to how well read you are and up to date on things than I am. But yeah, man, it's just like, you know, a lot of it don't know. I got to take your word for it. I mean, I have no reason to think you're being dishonest or you don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, I think that's partially why I'm uncomfortable with this conversation, because I see it through one framework for sure, framework that I understand, and then you know I see it through your framework, and there's a lot I agree with, but I think it is morally wrong to kill people to conquer land. I think also too, you just have to recognize, like, this is just an age-old story.
This is our history.
Yeah.
As a race.
I mean, you figure like you go back to the Arab conquest,
All of it.
and the Muslim religion,
The
like,
Crusades.
the Crusades, the fucking
America.
Marxism, the United States, everything.
The gulags.
Yeah, it's just
Hitler. World War One.
it's all part
The
of the same.
World War One to end all wars.
Yeah,
Only
it's
to
all
be
part of the same
World
same
War
playbook.
Two. Get rid of nations. Czechoslovakia, Poland, right?
Yeah.
Just literally nations that used to exist get wiped off the map because somebody else said, "Nah, let's take it."
Yeah.
And it's okay, and we're okay with it. And I'm genuinely saying, yeah, we're seeing it play out.
I think you make a good case. That's for sure.
And put whatever charade or whatever thing around it. That's what you get. That's what you're saying.
Go along with that. On that note,
Ah!
let's wrap it up. I gotta get going. I gotta go to the store.
What were we supposed to finish on?
We were gonna talk about after the break. We talk about the New York shooting and everything. We're gonna dig into that a little bit more. But
We did. What do you mean?
Well, we're gonna. I think there was still more to. We were gonna finish. We're gonna button it up. We didn't button it up.
Do you want to button it up?
No, it's okay.
You want to button it down?
Let's button it down. No, we'll close out and then we'll wrap it up.
Uh-oh.
This is a long episode.
We'll find out.
I think it's pretty long.
You don't want to publish that middle piece?
No, fucking you can publish it. This is fine.
If you don't want to, we'll put it behind a paywall.
What paywall?
We'll make one.
No, it's all good. All right. If you could just edit it so and some of the stuff like the bullshit, we could edit that shit out. The you'll know what I'm talking about. But on that note, let's call it a pod. This is the Below the Trees podcast. We had a really great discussion today. John, very well educated, very well read, and I have a really good discussion about. Well, we talked about a lot today. We talked about being on the watch list, and then we really get into the Gaza conflict a little bit more, and it gets a little spicy, if you know what I mean. So please have a great day. Do the normal YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.